Hello guys, on Voice of Betrayal, where every lie has a voice. Hey guys. I never thought I'd be doing this, but I need to get this story off my chest. Maybe it's therapy for me, maybe it's a warning for someone else out there. I'm 33 years old. My wife is 36. For 12 years, we built a life together. 2 kids, a home, countless memories. And through all those years, I believed she was my partner, my best friend, my soulmate. I believed we had something real, something strong enough to withstand anything. I used to admire her. She was smart, hardworking, the type of woman who put everything into her career and still managed to be a mom, still managed to be a wife. I looked at her with pride. I used to tell people how lucky I was. And I meant it. Our relationship wasn't perfect. No marriage is. But it was ours. We had inside jokes, late-night talks, silly routines with the kids. She would fall asleep on the couch with her head on my shoulder, and I'd carry her to bed. I thought those little things meant something. I thought they added up to a foundation that couldn't be shaken. Turns out, I was wrong. It all started this past summer. She had just been promoted at work. More responsibility, more hours, more pressure. I saw the stress on her face every single day. She worked graveyard shifts, picked up extra hours to help her boss out. She was exhausted, running on caffeine and broken sleep. At first, I didn't take it personally when she came home snappy or grumpy. I thought, she's just tired, she's under a lot of pressure. I tried to be supportive. I listened when she vented. I gave her space when she needed it. I tried to take care of things at home so she wouldn't have to worry. But somewhere along the way, things shifted. The fights started. And they weren't the normal couple fights. They were explosive. She would snap over nothing, my tone, the way I stacked the dishes, the fact that I asked her what she wanted for dinner. I couldn't recognize the woman standing in front of me. I kept telling myself it was stress, hormones, maybe burnout. I didn't want to believe it could be something more. Looking back, that's probably when she first started getting close to him. By October, the changes were impossible to ignore. She was still exhausted, still working nonstop, but now there was something new. She started putting effort into her appearance before work. Full makeup. Hair done. New outfits. Don't get me wrong, she's always cared about how she looked. But this was different. This wasn't for me. This wasn't for us. I told myself, she's in a higher position now. She probably just wants to look professional. I wanted to believe that. But at home, she became a stranger. She used to tell me everything about her co-workers, her day, the funny little things that happened on her shift. But now. Silence. Short answers. No interest in conversations. No interest in me. It was like she had emotionally checked out of our marriage, and I was the last one to notice. Then came the night that still haunts me. We had just come home from touring a potential school for her daughter. I was actually excited. It felt like we were planning a future together, still building something. But that night, we argued. She never told me she was working, and I had been looking forward to spending time together. When I realized she was heading out, something inside me snapped. I asked her point blank. Is there someone else? Her reaction. Instant denial. She laughed at me. Called me crazy. Told me I was ridiculous. She looked me dead in the eyes and said there was no one. And for a moment, I wanted to believe her so badly that I pushed down the gut feeling twisting in my chest. But something in me just couldn't let it go. A week later, I caved. I bought an AirTag and taped it under her car. I hated myself for it. I never wanted to be that guy, the paranoid husband tracking his wife. But her behavior was spiraling. She was picking fights for no reason. She was going out late with friends I didn't know. She was slipping away from me, and I couldn't stop it. Then came the night I'll never forget. We fought again. She stormed out, saying she was heading to work. My chest was pounding as I checked the tracker. And there it was. Proof. She wasn't at work. She was at some guy's apartment. And she stayed the entire night. That moment broke something in me that I don't think will ever heal. When I confronted her, she didn't even deny it. She admitted everything. She told me she'd been talking to him for months. That she could open up to him and confide in him without judgment. That he gave her the attention she craved. Attention. That was her excuse. After 12 years. After 2 kids. After building a home and a life together, she threw it away for attention. Do you know what that feels like? To hear that from the person you would have taken a bullet for. It's like someone reaches inside your chest and rips out your heart with their bare hands. I begged. I pleaded. I told her we could fix it. We tried therapy. We had hours of painful conversations. I poured out my soul, hoping she would come back to me. But the truth? She never left him. Even after everything, she was still talking to him. Still sneaking around. Still choosing him over us. That's when I realized it was over. The days that followed felt like walking through a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I replayed every memory in my head, looking for signs I missed. The laughs, the kisses, the promises, were they all lies? Nights were the worst. I'd lay in bed staring at the ceiling, the silence crushing me, wondering what she was doing, who she was with, if she even thought about me at all. My chest hurt constantly, like I was carrying a weight I couldn't put down. The kids noticed too. They're too young to understand, but they feel the tension. They ask questions I can't answer. They want to know why mom and dad aren't the same. And every time I look at them, my heart breaks all over again. Our home doesn't feel like home anymore. It feels like a museum of broken promises. Every corner reminds me of what we used to have. Every room echoes with memories that cut like glass. You can prepare for a lot of things in life. Job loss. Financial struggles. Illness. But nothing prepares you for betrayal. Nothing prepares you for the person you trusted most to look you in the eye, lie to your face, and walk out the door to someone else. I thought love was enough. I thought loyalty was enough. I thought if I gave my all, she would too. Turns out, I was wrong. Now, I'm left to pick up the pieces of a life I no longer recognize. I'm traumatized. Broken. Trying to figure out who I am without the woman I thought I'd spend forever with. But here's what I'm starting to realize. As much as this hurts, as much as it feels like my world has ended, I can't let it destroy me. My kids need me. I need me. So maybe this is the beginning of something new. Maybe it's the start of rebuilding. If you're hearing this and you've gone through something similar, let me tell you, you're not crazy. You're not weak for hurting. You're not stupid for trusting. Love makes us vulnerable, and betrayal cuts deeper than anything else. But even in the darkest moments, we have a choice. We can let it break us, or we can find a way to heal. I don't have all the answers. I'm still in the middle of it. But I know one thing, the person who betrayed me doesn't get to define the rest of my life. Thanks for listening. When the dust settles, when the screaming and the tears finally run out, you're left with silence. That silence used to scare me. It felt like death, like the end of everything I'd ever known. But now I'm learning that silence can also mean a new beginning. I don't know what the future looks like. I don't know how long it'll take before I can trust again, before I can look in the mirror and not see a broken man. But I do know this, I'm still here. I'm still breathing. And as long as I'm here, I've got a chance to rebuild. For my kids. For myself. For the man I want to become after surviving all of this. She made her choice. She gave up on us. But I won't give up on me. One day, the pain will fade. The scars will remain, but they'll tell a story, not of someone destroyed by betrayal, but of someone who lived through it and came out stronger. And that's the story I want my kids to remember. Not that their mom and dad fell apart, but that their dad refused to stay broken. So, if you're listening to this and you feel like your world just ended, trust me, it hasn't. It's just the start of a new chapter.